And just like that, we are back like we forgot something. Back to bring you some more QRLS action here on your Wednesday night. Ladies and gentlemen, in the booth with me is yet another guest star. It's busy in here, making his Season 4 debut, back by unbelievably popular demand. None other than the man we just saw on the pitch, and now the man we'll hear in the booth, Will Six, former Rookie of the Year and almost a champion, but it seems he lost in Season 2. Will Six, welcome to the booth.
Yes, yes. Thank you, K1 Killer, for welcoming me to the booth, my arch rival, but it is always a pleasure to be here with you, my friend.
Definitely. Oh, man, it feels good to hear your voice. And speaking of that Season 2 championship, the team that took it from you, the Kings, plays tonight, going up against the Bleacher Boys, who also were close to a championship last season, but lost to the Hammerheads. Both these teams very talented in their own right, with great histories behind them. Bleacher Boys looking on a path right now to get their first championship. However, close behind at 6-6 is the Kings, who have a very new looking and a very good looking team behind them.
Yes, they do. Two very scary teams in the league. Last week, the Bleacher Boys, led by Alec, with a really good matchup against my team. Somehow we were able to win the series, but it was very, very tough. They played really well. They're a well-rounded team led by one of the best, if not the best leader in the league, Alec, and they are gonna try their best to give it to the Kings tonight. The Kings, obviously, like you said, they had the roster changes. They have Alex and they have Joe Papa and the champion Blubbernut leading their team. They have a lot going for them. Probably, in my opinion, they've got the most momentum in the league right now. They are the team to beat if you want to pad your record and build your resume. Taking any wins off the Kings is a big accomplishment.
Yeah, and with their addition of Alex, I mean, absolute powerhouse in the league so far, and everybody has eyes on him every game. You never know what he's going to pull off or what he'll do next. And partner that with Blubbernut and Joe Papa. I think this is definitely a potential championship team here. Blubbernut would become the first ever member in the QRLS to have two championships to his name. And with him being in question for the greatest of all time, this is definitely a trophy that he would like to add to that mantle. You know, when talking about greatest of all time, Blubbernut definitely has to be up there. What kind of competitor is Blubbernut, being that you've only ever played against the man? I being on his team, I can tell you what he's like to be a team with, but to play against Blubbernut, what is it like to go up against somebody with as much experience as Blubbernut has in the league?
I would bet that playing against him is just the same as playing with him. He is Mr. Consistency, Mr. Stability. He's the guy you want on your team who's going to show up and do what he does each week and just keep the team together. He's a glue, and you always need as many of those players on your team as you can get to just support everybody else, keep everybody flowing, and fill in the gaps wherever there may be any. And him taking on the role of captain on these Kings, obviously he's had to make some drastic roster changes, and he has had no problem doing that. He's built a team around himself to win games, to put pressure on the rest of this league, and they've been doing a great job.
Yeah, but you couldn't have said it any better. And speaking of glue, looking across the field at Alec Big on his team. Alec Big came in big time last week, as you had mentioned before, and he's grown to grab himself that title of the captain for a good reason. He's definitely a coach, very coachable, or has great coaching ability. On his team, as well as the ability to kind of just be a leader in a very emotional way, to kind of stabilize the emotions and be that glue that you mentioned before. What is it like to see Alec Big as a competitor, and what does he bring to his team?
It's just hard to play against Alec because you want to root for him while you're playing against him. So you don't want, like, he scores and you still feel good even though you just got scored on. He's a great member of the league, a great member of the community, and really the member of the Bleacher Boys that his two teammates need. Masamune and Pinky, very skilled, very mechanical players, and I think they fall under a leader like Alec very well. If he if they can support Alec and they can gel, then they can beat any team in the league any night. You know, even a sweep. If they're on point, they can do it. That being said, I think they've got their work cut out for them tonight.
And that will lead me actually perfectly into a segment I like to call the K1 Keys to Success. And Will, I'm going to put you here on the spot now, as you're probably very familiar with this segment. The K1 Keys to Success. Let's talk about the Kings for a second. Blubbernut, Alex, Joe Papa. New team, able to take on and beat the Hammerheads, a team we just got to see play tonight against the Gold Diggers. Performed admirably. However, the Hammerheads were not able to beat the Kings in their first debut match as a new team. Kings came together very well. Definitely looked sloppy in some points, but they've had a week now to kind of iron that out. What do you think is going to be the Kings' keys to success in taking on a team that has much more chemistry all around?
I think the Kings, their key is what has happened between right now and last week's matchup. Have they played together? Have they worked together? Have they ironed out their gameplay since last week? And what are they coming into this week having changed? Are they going to be the same team? Are they going to gel? Are they going to disintegrate? You know, you never know. This is such a new team that they could adjust in any direction. That being said, I think it's really Alex is the star of the show, the most mechanical, the best skilled player in the league, and the best player there has ever been in the league, without question, in my opinion. And Blubbernut and Joe Papa just need to support him, play consistently, do their part, and they all need to play as a unit as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of units, and speaking of teams, it looks like our lobby is getting a bit crowded as the teams are now joining. We're getting ready to come in to this matchup here. We'll get to see what it takes, what it will be, and who comes out on top as now the Kings of Bleacher Boys join. We will have a kickoff, and ladies and gentlemen, we have liftoff. Kickoffs are underway. Blubbernut winning decisively. Alex RL trying to find a shot, showing off the Finnick, unable to get the shot on. Masamune, quick as you like, up in the air. Joe Papa unable to reach. Blubbernut will now collect in his own corner, sends this one downfield. Pinky up, trying to get this one, and Alec clearing away.
Yeah, right out of the gates, we're seeing a lot of pressure. We're seeing these players get the nerves out, get the Pinky with a shot right into the top of the net. What a start from these Bleacher Boys. Just what they needed.
Yeah, my goodness, I about got whiplash seeing him fly so quickly across the field, getting his nose on that ball and putting it in. Great power and great way to take the lead. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left to go.
Yeah, forget what I was saying about feeling out. Obviously, Pinky has other plans. He just wants to get it rolling.
No doubt as Blubbernut tries to find a shot on. Blocked by the near post. Joe Papa collecting. Blubbernut sending mid. Pinky passing to Alec. We're starting to see the chemistry come in as now Masamune setting this one downfield. Did not get the boost, however, and Alec and Joe Papa able to combine to get this clear. Up in the air. Pinky tries to find the shot. Clearing away is Blubbernut once again.
Masamune trying to get something going. It's awkward there. Alex is coming the other way. You never want to let Alex get control of the ball because once he gets control and when he has boost, it could be all over already for you.
Certainly. Absolute deadly players. Now Blubbernut blocks this one from going to their side. Keeps it at that halfway point. This ball will bounce now back and forth, making zero progress toward either team's offensive half. Blubbernut now sending this one downfield. ZDL Pinky will try to collect, blaze it back to Alec Big. Alec Big with the better clear now, tries to beat Joe Papa, is able to. Alex now sending it up the wall and will follow, tries to get this one, but Masamune there to intercept, not giving Alex any time.
This is something that I saw just now that I like to see from the Kings. When they set it up so that one of Alex's teammates goes first, baits out the hit from the Bleacher Boys, and then Alex gets control. That is what can create a lot of opportunities for these Kings.
Without a doubt, playing around their star player, Alex, and a great way to do it is Alex now challenges Pinky, able to get the 50. Alec Big putting a shot on. Pinky tries to get the block, but Blubbernut expertly able to avoid that. Gets the clear, gets the save, and now Alex sending it, tries to push his offense. Pinky collecting, getting demo. Joe Papa will have a shot on the net. No, says Alec Big as he now clears away. Blubbernut up quick as you like. Another demo comes in, and the Kings are in full force trying to get this ball in and find the equalizer.
Several times that I've seen Alex going for demos already. That's the third, fourth time he's gotten 3 out of 4 demos that I've seen him go for. That could be a lot of trouble for the Bleacher Boys if they don't find an answer to those demos.
No doubt is now we see a Rule 1. Masamoon finding a way to get rid of the star player. However, Masamoon being a star player himself makes this one very difficult. Looks like the Rule 1 was broken, but by whom I do not know.
It was another player who bumped one of the Rule 1ers away to, I think it was Blubbernut, I want to say, or maybe Alec. It would make sense for it to be Blubbernut to free up Alex to keep playing. But
Definitely.
It was a legal disruption of the Rule 1.
A legal
Rest assured.
And this coming from our expert color commentary, who obviously knows the full rules of the Rule 1. As now
Absolutely.
Alex will go up the wall. Pinky there to interrupt, puts this one on net. Blubbernut in an awkward spot, able to find the save. Alex RL able to find the clear over Alec Big.
Right now, the Bleacher Boys doing a great job to disrupt. They're keeping their offensive rotations very tight, not letting the Kings get too much control.
No doubt is Alec Big now keeping the pressure going as he's so well known for doing, and interestingly enough, rocking the Octane as opposed to his Finnick, which we're more used to seeing.
Yeah, it's a great car, the Fennec. I wish I could use it myself, but the Octane has a special place, I think, in everyone's heart.
No doubt. Octane definitely is, that's your high school sweetheart right there. No matter which car you go to, you always love that one. As now Alex tries to find a shot on Pinky there, showing up in big style with the save to keep them in the lead with the 40 seconds left on the clock. The Kings need to work quickly if they want to tie this game to force the overtime.
Yeah, Pinky got that clear and then also bumped Blubbernut away from getting the pass middle. It could have very well saved them a goal there.
And now RL Alex in the air, looking very spinny. I almost got dizzy watching that, but clearing away is the Bleacher Boys now as they'll retreat to their defensive half. Now sending it downfield is Joe Papa unable to collect. Masamoon 50ing again. Alec Big will now have to collect in his own corner. Tries to find a clear, unable to now. Joe Papa puts a shot up on net. Blocking again is Pinky, and Pinky has been phenomenal in this matchup. Alex, however, might have the last laugh.
Oh.
Able to get the fake, ties it with 0 seconds on the clock. My goodness, Will, what did we just see here?
Wow, it did not look possible. Faking one and flicking it by the next one. Alex doing that all by himself on 0 seconds. Can you ask any more from your star player?
My goodness, Alex coming in clutch as they tie the game, forcing the overtime with literally no time on the clock. Demoing is Alec Big. Alex now putting a shot on. Pinky coming in from behind to get the clear. Blubbernut now keeping the pressure alive. The Kings seem to have all the momentum they need. This ball's high in the air, but very scoreable. Alex now very patient. Blubbernut now taking it forward, tries to find a team mid, almost puts a shot on, unable to find the angle quite yet.
Wow, this is and that's off the bar. Nearly a goal. These Bleacher Boys are hanging on.
Just off the mark now. The Kings are seeming ruthless as they keep this pressure alive. Alex almost finding a shot on, unable to. Alec Big clearing away, but Joe Papa keeping the offense alive as Masamoon will try to find a way to get some offense going. That demo will certainly help, but an expert 50 from Blubbernut. Masamoon passing back to Pinky. Joe Papa sending it right back. I'm getting whiplash watching this ball go back and forth.
That's a nice touch there from Pinky. Dangerous situation. Blubbernut deals with it expertly. That's your captain right there.
And Pinky seems to be everywhere you need him to be and more right now as Alex will collect, tries to find his attack route, however interrupted by Masamoon. Masamoon, who has been seemingly shutting Alex down before any play could even develop, and now Alec Big pushing the offense away.
Alex with a nice bump on Alec to disrupt that play. Alec had control. Alec getting the game-winning goal on a dribble in the last game of our game last week. So you know you got to watch out when he's dribbling.
As we'll now see this game go deep into overtime. A minute 50 coming up into 2 minutes of overtime. As Alex now patient, takes the ball up the wall. Does he have time to disrupting yet again? Looks like Pinky there. Now Pinch will send this one downfield. Alec Big trying to keep this one from going in front of his net is able to do so, and Masamune now able to clear.
They've got him where they want him. They've got him in their own half, but Alex deals with it so well. Is able to get it past 2 players, past 3, the pass to Blubbernut, and he puts it in the open net. Alex set that up so well.
My goodness, we've seen the scoring aptitude of Alex. To see the passing aptitude is very dangerous, as now the Kings will pull this one away. However, certainly not in the fashion they wanted. A fantastic game was played by the Bleacher boys there to keep that one very close and force a 3-minute overtime nearly.
Yeah, a great game there. The Bleacher boys, I bet they thought it was over before that 0-second goal, that fake, and then the flick by Alex to put it into overtime, and then that overtime, such a test of the Bleacher boys' mental fortitude. It's so tough to get a 0-second goal scored on you and then come back in overtime and put it right back on the other team. They were not able to do it that time. Alex was able to take control of that situation and give the goal to Blubbernut to take that game. Great stuff from the Kings, but I think that sets us up for a great next 2 games in this series.
I very much agree with you there. As we now move on to this next matchup here, want to look back at the stats right now, and the Bleacher boys did a great job on defense, but it definitely looks like they were simply delaying the inevitable as the Kings tacked on 10 shots on net. Bleacher boys only able to answer with 6. And what do you think the Bleacher boys are going to need to do to combat that offensive prowess the Kings are displaying?
The Bleacher boys need that one good touch, 1 or 2 good touches in a row to get themselves out of defense and put a dangerous situation on the Kings defense. Make them deal with the Bleacher boys offense. They're not getting the quality of touches that they need, I think, to really put as much pressure on the Kings as they need. That's going to create scoring opportunities like Pinky had early on in that game. They need to recreate that.
Absolutely, and the thing they're going to have to come back from, too, is the demos that are coming out from the Kings right now are so difficult to fight. As we now have face-off here. Alex sending this one downfield. Masamune sending it right back. Blubbernut sending it right back yet again. This one in a very scoreable spot. Alex tries to find the shot down, unable to, as Blubbernut will send the ball backwards as they reset their offense. Joe Papa now to clear away. Masamune will rotate back to find boost as Pinky comes through, finds the demo. Alec Big with the big 50. This ball's in a very dangerous spot. Masamune, another big demo on Alex. He can't be that good if he's not alive.
Yeah, that's definitely a viable strat. See if you can demo Alex, but let me tell you, it is not easy to kill Alex consistently. He is well aware of his surroundings, so that just makes those demos even more impressive.
He answers right back, and we have seen demo after demo after demo, and through the smoke, through the fire and flames, comes Blubbernut in his golden, fiery car, putting this one into the net, left open by Alex RL's big demo in the midfield.
Yeah, just slammed it right over 2 Bleacher boys. They were in position, just couldn't quite make the touch.
The Kings are starting to look very comfortable right now. Alex RL and Blubbernut connecting the way they need to, and everybody saw this possibility happen when the trades went through initially. If Blubbernut and Alex are able to connect, it's going to be a nearly unbeatable team as yet another pass goes in.
Great
and Blubbernut
pass.
Coming in to put that one down. And what a shot from Blubbernut.
Yes, indeed. Joe Papa rolling it into the backfield, forcing them to make a clear. Clears it right to Alex. Alex to the mid, and Blubbernut is there to put it away. There's the team chemistry, a full team play there.
The Kings seeming perfectly positioned right now everywhere they go, as Pinky now slams this one in. The only member of the Bleacher boys to have found the back of the Kings' net almost does it again. Alex now dribbling this one down, tries to flick over the defender. Pinky, good defense here, and Pinky's been showing up big time for the Bleacher boys tonight.
So much pressure from the Kings right now that they're able to even flipper set attempts just low.
Looks like he was
That
just shy of
they're
the
able to
boost.
steal their boost as well, and
Joe
that is
Papa now will find
is
his shot as he gets this one in, and I'm not sure what those wheels are, but boy, they seem buttery as he's able to put that one in. What a shot.
the double tap pass from Blubbernut. All that was the culmination of the pressure of this Kings team offense. Tight rotation, stealing boost, passing to each other, making smart touches. Great Rocket League.
Simple and clean are the Kings right now as another shot goes on net. Oh, just a little wide, giving Alex the time he needs to clear this ball away from the danger zone. Masamoon tries to get it back there, unable to now. The quick cut now tries to get this one back mid. Doesn't have the boost, though, to keep the pressure up, as now the Bleacher Boys are forced to retreat. Blubbernut passing to Alex. Alex finding the net, and the Kings are not missing a beat.
Oh, man, they are connecting tonight. They're feeling it. It's looking like this Bleacher Boys team is being broken by this consistency of the Kings. And I just want to talk for a minute. Let's talk about Joe Papa. I mean, he's playing so consistent. Maybe not the flashiest player on the pitch, but just always in the right spot, making touches, doing what his team needs of him.
No doubt, and especially when you're on a team shadowed by, especially on a team with arguably the best player in the QRLS currently and the best player in the QRLS of all time. Very easy to get shadowed, but you're exactly right in his ability to rotate around these two goats of the game and does everything he needs to right now, playing very, very well for his team as now the Bleacher Boys try to find some offense now, down 4 goals with only 2 minutes left on the clock. Passing is Blubbernut, shooting is Alex, able to get the save. Alex tries to get another one, and he's able to off the back of the defender, and my goodness, the Kings are scoring at will.
3 players went for this. I don't even know what happened. Alex looked like he hit it into Pinky, or I don't even know what just happened there, but the Kings get another goal. 5-0, commanding lead.
A commanding lead indeed, one that may not be possible to come back from as Pinky tries to disrupt this play. Masamoon tries to find a shot, misses. Alec Big, however, able to get this one on. And despite good offensive pressure, the Bleacher Boys just simply can't seem to find a goal.
No, they can't. Every time it looks like it might be in a dangerous position, it seems like Alex is able to take control. He recognizes when there's danger and when there isn't, and he takes his time really well, plays it to open space. He's not even afraid of taking it right across his own net because he knows that he can take a 50 if he has to. And it just relieves so much pressure for his team. It seems like they're not even worried on defense right now.
Well, it's not even really playing defense right now as they continue to push this offensive threat. Blubbernut now bending but not breaking, able to get this clear. Alec Big trying to find a shot on net from way downtown. Alex there to disrupt. Has a lot of time, has a lot of boost. Almost has a double tap. Blubbernut just a bit too close, unable to get the goal now as Alec Big will force up against Joe Papa. Alec Big able to play it around both Kings and able to bring their team to within 4. But is it too little, too late?
Alec, expecting to have to go for a 50 there, it just bounces over Joe Papa and he guides it slowly into the net. That's 1 goal. That's not enough to win this game, but enough to give them some confidence going forward.
Definitely, as Alec now sends this one. Alex RL taking it and sending it right back. Masamoon will collect in the corner as Alex now tries to find a pass mid. Blubbernut tries to find the double tap down, and the Kings are on full force offense yet again, where they seem the most comfortable. Masamoon in the air now, looking very pretty in the car. Alec tries to find a shot on, unable to get it in, as Alex now will send this one away, and yet again has a lot of time in the air. Blubbernut sending it again mid. Alex now passing up. Will Joe be able to put it in? Finds the 50 just off, and what a save from the crossbar.
Just wide. Joe Papa showing his experience, going for that shot there when it was open, but earlier on a shot attempt, not going for it because he recognized his 2 teammates were too far forward. It would have been too risky. Showing restraint where he needs and going for it where it's also appropriate.
Going for the flip reset again is Alex as he just kills time in the air. This ball is now waiting to drop as this game ends in so the Kings will claim the series. And what a matchup there we just saw as we get ready to go into our third game. The Bleacher Boys with some momentum, but wow, a very different game from from the first matchup. And the Kings were firing on all cylinders there. If there's a time on attack in that game, I think it was pretty much 90% Kings, 10% Bleacher Boys.
Yeah, very few scary situations going in the Kings half. They seem to handle defense pretty well, pretty much the whole time. The Bleacher Boys, on the other hand, just a lot of holes in their defense. I really think that for the Bleacher Boys right now, I think it's a mental thing. I think they get their heads back in the game. They seemed a little rattled as that game got rolling. If they stay focused, they can pull this back. I do believe in them, but they need to focus up and they need to get it together.
No doubt. The Bleacher Boys just not playing the Rocket League we're used to seeing them play. But they do have another match to come in, and that is one thing that makes one team different from, this is one thing that separates a good team from a great team is your ability to, being able to come back and, reanalyze a game in between matches and improve match to match. And if this Bleacher Boy team has any hope of winning this championship, they'll need to be able to show why they're a great team. As we now see Alex RL showing off in the the Dominus. As Alec puts an early shot on net, Alex clearing away, collecting in the corner will be Masamu now clearing it. Joe Papa there to 50. Alec big, quick as you like, able to clear that one now away. Blubbernut tries to find this one off the wall. Unable to. It's in a very dangerous spot. Taking good control as Alex is able to clear masterful control.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I can only play in one car. But Alex, right off the bat, making several touches that show that he has full mastery of both the Dominus and the Fennec, and I know he does with the Octane as well.
Absolutely. He's a GC for a reason now as he takes this one, dribbling it across the field, or at least attempting to, as Alec Big blocks it, but also unfortunately blocks his teammate Masamu there to recover, however. Now sending it back as Alex seems to be just about everywhere right now in this matchup.
And you were talking about the mentality of the Bleacher Boys if they're able to bounce back. I think this game will also speak to the mentality of the Kings if they're able to execute the sweep. Game 3, in an opportunity for a sweep, it really tests the mental ability of a team to keep the gas pedal pressed to the floor, even though you already won the series. This will show that they have that bloodlust, that killer instinct if they're able to execute this sweep.
Without a doubt, sweeps very difficult to come by, as they've definitely shown to be so far this season. As now this ball go to the side, Alec Big trying to find a clear. Masamoon there to help. Now trying to send it back as Alex up in the air. Alec Big able to clear over the diving Blubbernut as he will now push an offense. Gets the ball high in the air as Alex RL now sending it back to the offensive side. Pinky will try to collect and reset their offense.
Yeah, it's spending a lot of time in the Bleacher Boy half, but they're holding their own right now. 2 minutes gone, still 0-0. And here could be an opportunity. Double tap attempt from Pinky, just high. But they've still got their offense going, but Alex trying to clear it out.
No doubt. This matchup really going, this ball just bouncing back and forth with no team seeming to get the lead. This ball almost in. Alex coming from nearly nowhere to block Alec as Masamoon will now try to center, reset the offense. Diving is Joe Papa. Unable to get the clear, however, as Alex now tries to find another clear. Alec putting it back in. And the Bleacher Boys are looking lively right now. It looks like they're getting back in their groove.
A lot of offensive pressure. Somehow the Kings are able to cover the whole net. I don't know how they're doing it, but the Bleacher Boys are pouring on the pressure.
And Alec Big now up against Joe Papa, tries to find the shot on, and Alex now credit him the savior, as he has turned into a brick wall in the Dominus.
The Bleacher Boys are placing these shots perfectly, and Alex and his Kings are just saving all of them.
Certainly, but they cannot find a way to get past this Bleacher Boy offense, it seems. However, Pinky now keeping this one alive, trying to push this one. Joe Papa, great clear from him now. forcing Alec Big to re-evaluate the play. Now it takes to the air. Alex RL 50ing in the air. However, it's about dead even. A big bump on Blubbernut keeps this ball near. Pinky tries to find this shot. Masamoon trying to find it on net. And the Kings will clear, but my goodness, what an offensive drive from the Bleacher boys.
Yeah, it could have been a really good opportunity there. They were just 1 or 2 touches away, kind of like I was talking about in the intermission, from scoring a goal there.
Yep, and now they're back on offense here. Alec Big trying to find a shot. Blubbernut there to clear, however, now has some time, has some control, and has a shot. Alex there to force it, make sure as it goes in, and that will be a Kings lead. Wow, did not see that transition coming.
Looks like they were caught with the boost advantage there, and as the ball moved into the Bleacher Boys half, the Kings had all the momentum behind it.
Absolutely. Now as Masamoon will collect. Alec Big now taking to the sky off the wall. Now we see a nice air dribble flicking it. Alex RL there to catch it, however, on the other side, predicting the play. Now will retreat back, tries to find boost. The Kings on offense with only 45 seconds left. The Bleacher Boys will need to find a way to break through this King wall.
Alec looking to push his offense. Alex with another touch. Every time Alec is putting the ball into offense, trying to do something productive, Alex just makes the perfect touch to dismantle his attack.
So it seems as now Alec trying to put another shot in, and there he is yet again. Alex RL coming off the top post to clear that one. Joe Papa up in the air against Pinky. Pinky able to clear. Blubbernut, patient, able to find his clear. And this ball seems to be now on the Kings' side. Alec Big with the last-ditch hope to try to get this one in. Alex with some boost, able to beat Pinky. Now on the breakaway, puts this one into the net with only a second left on the clock. Solidifies the win for the Kings.
Yeah, you can't fault the Bleacher Boys there, pushing 3 up, trying to get the equalizer with no time on the board, and they concede. You'd like to see them go down that way if they're going to go down. They were giving it their all.
You absolutely have to now as this ball hit the ground, and the Kings will officially sweep the Bleacher Boys, and that will move them up in the ranks now on the Savage Division. My goodness, what a matchup we just saw from the Kings there, and what a game from Alex RL, who may be setting up for another Player of the Week with this performance.
Absolutely huge series for these Kings. That catapults them past the Bleacher Boys into second place, and I don't think there's there's nothing anybody can do to keep them out of second place. They will have 9 wins, depending on Clarity and the Speed Demons. They could even be in first place after the end of this week. It's what a huge showing for these Kings, and I think that proves that they are a brand new team everyone needs to be afraid of.
They're going for that championship, and Blubbernut trying to find himself the double crown this season. And the way they're looking, it's becoming more and more possible. Ladies and gentlemen, get out the brooms because the Kings have swept. That is right, the Kings have swept. And going into the back half now of the season, this is exactly where they need to be. What matches we got to see tonight. Will Six, thank you for jumping in the booth here. Unfortunately, this will bring us toward the end of our broadcast, so I'll turn it over to you for any last words of wisdom for our lively crowd here tonight.
Stay tuned. We got more action going. We got the most competitive season the QRLS has ever seen. Every team stands a chance in every matchup. Hard-hitting, barn-burning. It's coming at you every single game, every single series, every single week until this season is done. And even in the next one, stay tuned. We'll be back.
Oh, definitely. We'll be back. Absolutely. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see the Clarity United squad sitting atop the Savage Division, facing off against the Speed Demons sitting toward the bottom of the Savage Division. That'll be a David versus Goliath matchup for sure, and for sure one you do not want to miss. Queuing up tomorrow at 8:30, as well as we'll be seeing the Hammerheads taking on we'll be seeing I'm reading the wrong week. We'll be seeing the Three Rocketeers, there they are, taking on the Headhunters later on this week as well. So 2 big matchups still to come. But for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for you. This has been me doing what I was born to do, and that is to present and bring to you live QRLS action. But without further ado, and as always, keep it quick.